What? That was a hell of a game. Freaking Jimmy. Freaking.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.S.R. Gonzo'S Sports Room, Monday, April 24, 2023. I'm Chris Gonzo'S, joined by Tony Gonzo'S and Jay McLovin. How's it going, guys?
Going good.
I'll tell you how it's going. I don't know, man. I don't think they make a shoe big enough for Jimmy Buckets. Literally, at one point, I thought I saw Kobe just dive into his body before the start of the first quarter. And that man just lit it up. 22 in the first quarter. Absolutely destroyed the fourth quarter. Nothing they could do. Giannis, who the hell is Giannis these days? Where is he at? Nobody give a damn. But I'll tell you who has a problem. I'll tell you who's got a problem. It's Bam Adebayo. Bam! How you going to let that little white boy Connaughton push you around like a little biatch? I had to say biatch, though it's FCC rated. I mean, seriously, I don't know if y'all watched it, but, dude, he got pushed around. And I'm sorry, Bam, you're the center. You got to stick that low post. Do your job. Jimmy out there killing it. Martin's coming off the bench, killing it. And you're in the post acting like a little kid. Start dominating, brother. But other than that, what a hell of a good game.
Yeah, that was one of the Bucks. Led most of the game, and then Butler took over in the fourth, and just basically willed Miami to a win.
Do you think it's over for Milwaukee? 3-1, man. That's
going to be tough. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to count them out yet.
Oof. Count them out. I never counted them in.
Oh, you didn't have Miami beating Milwaukee from game one.
No, hey, I think we all are surprised. I mean, a number 8 seed.
But I'll tell you what, the Knicks could be really loving this because they could be thinking, hell, if we beat the Cavs, we could have the Heat for a chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It's possible.
And I hope they're ready for the Heat, because if the Heat continue to play in this Mamba-like state that a couple of the guys are in over there, it could be a long day for Brunson, Barrett, Toppin, and I wouldn't say Randall, but he's on the bench.
How's it going, Anthony?
But, yeah, I think, we were saying this, a couple of years ago when the Knicks played Atlanta, and we thought they were the next thing coming, kind of, sort of. And, of course, they fizzled out. Now, I will say Brunson gives them a diminished or another spin to it. So we'll see.
I think Brunson's proven that he's better than Donovan Mitchell.
Well, at this point, yeah. Honestly, I think you're right. At this point, certainly in the playoffs, he's playing better than Donovan.
How are you supposed to be considered a superstar, and you had, 8 points last game and only 2 in the second half? And
that's really it, isn't it? I mean, there's guys, and again, this is some Harden-esque. Harden could blow you out in the regular season, and I swear, once the playoffs came, with the exception of the Golden State where Chris Paul got hurt, for the majority of Harden's playoff career has been where he disappears. Now, from what I've seen him do it over there with the 76ers, he seems to have cured some of those ails. I think he's playing pretty decent over there, with Embiid, especially since Embiid, I think he missed the last game, if I'm not mistaken. So
Memphis went on a run here toward the end of the second quarter, cut it within 5. Lakers just turned the ball over with less than a minute left.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take the last shot, and then we'll get into the halftime. Look, you don't think just Memphis is going to go away? Not with Ja Morant. It's not just going to go away. Oh, Vanderbilt takes the last shot, misses it. But I don't know if you guys have watched Vanderbilt.
He's usually 5 minutes behind us, and he's 30 seconds ahead of us.
He's been the last couple of days.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, I found out when you pay ahead of time, they give you service ahead of time. So that and I wrote their executive, and I told them how bad Xfinity sucks when I lost a day and a half, and they charged me for it anyway. Sons of bitches. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right about I think the Knicks, they're gonna have their hands filled when they get to that next round, no doubt about it. And I don't think the Cavs have enough to handle the Knicks, not at this point. Yeah, he has, Harden has this season though with Embiid and Philly. He seems to be playing a little bit better than what he has. So I'm gonna cut him some slack right now. It's a shame he's doing it for another team that's not named the Rockets, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Wow.
Yeah. So halftime, only a 2-point game at halftime.
Or was that Philly game? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, so Embiid left the game with a sprained right knee. They closed out the series, so hopefully, he'll be ready to go next series. But do you think that knee is going to be a lingering issue?
It could be. I mean, hell, look, Kawhi Leonard can't play at all with the sprained right knee. So,
Jesus.
Kawhi
Leonard. Is it just me or that guy is such a bum?
Don't get me going.
But no, I think it'd be all right. I think that he would have played that game if it would have been like to close out the series, or if the series would have been tied 2-2. But with them being up 3-1 with a chance to close it out, I think it was more of being a little sore, resting them, trying to get him as healthy as you can for your next series. And with the rest that they're going to get right now because of the way these other series are going, they're going to have maybe a good week before they even have to play again.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out, so, the Sixers, you can't take too much on this series because they did go up against the Brooklyn Nets, and we all, the Brooklyn Nets, once they lost KD and once they lost Kawhi, we knew that this team was not going to be able to sustain themselves in the playoffs. But I will say, man, Harden did a pretty good job. He gave you 17 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. So, not a superstar effort, but a solid effort. But I'll tell you, that dude, Tobias Harris gave you 25, and the guy off the bench, Melton, gave you like 15. So, like I said, even though there was no Embiid, it was a solid, team effort in that win.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think they get by Boston next round.
Of course not. Again. They're going to need Embiid to get by a team like Boston. You know what I'm saying? But
that'd be pretty cool to see.
Could have not folded though, right? Hey, they could have folded.
That'd be pretty cool to see.
Hell with the way for Embiid.
Even though I think Boston would win, but it would be cool to see Boston Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, just because of the history of the Knicks, and then finally being in the playoffs and then play Boston. That'd be pretty cool.
I remember as a little kid watching Earl the Pearl and some of them guys play on TV.
Hey, look, the way I see it though, if the Heat can do this to the Milwaukee Bucks and play with this level of intensity, now again they're going to have to keep that intensity. But if they can keep that intensity, I mean, who's to say they can't, go toe to toe with Boston?
And they're going to get more confident if they make it all the way there. If they can make it to that series, they're going to have a lot of confidence.
But I do think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Not that I don't want to discount what New York is doing and saying they can't do it, but I think honestly the best chance at taking out Boston and keeping Boston from getting to the finals would be through the Heat. I don't know if there's another Eastern Conference team that's left that can really handle them.
So I don't think the Heat would get by the Knicks.
How'd they do against Giannis? You probably thought the same damn thing. You were wrong, weren't you?
They ain't got by Giannis yet. But you thought the same thing.
They didn't get by Giannis. They didn't get by Giannis.
Giannis set out 2 games, all right?
Yeah. Giannis set out 2 games. But don't act like you picked the Heat before the series started or something here.
I never said I did. I never said I did. But I'm just trying. Hey, I'm trying to tell. But what I'm saying though is, when Giannis came back and the level of intensity that I saw out of, the whole team as a whole, I mean, like I said, they got to keep that intensity up. They can't relax.
You remember this, Jay. Yeah, Miami won the game, but you got to remember Milwaukee led that whole game up until 3 minutes left in the game.
The other thing is
that's nice.
It was also a Milwaukee collapse. So that's what I'm saying, that Milwaukee could win this next game, get it 3-2, and then who knows? So I'm not counting Milwaukee completely out yet.
Plus the Heat's got quite a few injuries too. And I mean, I know they won today, but as the playoffs go on, it's going to affect them sooner or later. It has to.
People say that unless Jimmy's dropping 50 a game, but I don't think that's necessarily true. I think they proved it tonight. I think they proved it tonight.
He had to drop 56.
They had other guys step up. It wasn't just Jimmy.
He scored almost half the points.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Did you see Martin? Did you see Martin hit the threes? Maybe I was wrong because I could replay it.
Jay, what I'm saying is, okay, you take away 25 of Butler's 56 points. Where's them other points coming from? He scored almost half their points tonight.
I remember a certain team named Dallas Mavericks last year. And we all said Dallas was going to – me and Rob Scott said that Dallas was going to go into Phoenix and take it. And everybody was against us. Everybody said the same shit. Can somebody tell me who took that series? Because I forgot.
But no, it's easy to sit here and say the Heat are going to take the series when we're up 3-1 already.
I said if they keep this same intensity, they will take the series. And they will. They will because Milwaukee, like you said, Milwaukee collapsed. And honestly, if you look at Miami, look at that game, Miami was kind of soft in the middle part, late in the second, early in the third. They didn't really kind of come back into it until late in the third. And then, of course, Jimmy took over in the fourth, and of course, the whole team really kind of did. So I understand what you're saying. Again, they're going to have to channel that. All I'm saying is look at a number 8 seed versus a number 1 seed, and all of a sudden it's 3-1. And I mean, I'm not saying you
also have to remember
they're going to have to play stellar basketball the rest of the way.
You also have to remember their best player didn't play in 2 games either.
I get that. Did he play? Did he play today?
Yeah, he played today.
You play game 1?
Okay. Not very much of game 1.
Okay.
Got hurt. That's when he got hurt and went out. Didn't come back.
Yeah, and again, a lot of people aren't picking Miami. Like Rio said, hell no, that he'd have no chance against Boston.
Wait a minute. He's probably not 100%. But earlier we talked about the Houston Astros, and one of the reasons they got beat because the guy couldn't hit today. So, I mean, injuries happen. So he's probably not 100%. Houston wasn't 100% today. They let me down. They sucked. So, I mean, it happens. Milwaukee sucked today. Houston sucked today. But you know who didn't suck today? The Reds. And
you know what? Normally I would say who gives a damn to that statement. But today I'm going to say, hell yeah, go Reds. I need the Reds to go 2 more times.
Probably won't.
They're playing the Rangers. And I need the Rangers to take 2 more losses. So hell yeah, let's go Rangers.
Reds are usually
Reds. I don't know why I'm saying Reds, Rangers.
Reds are usually only good for 1. So don't get your
No. I need 2 more. I don't know what kind of bag of tricks you guys got out there in Cincinnati, but I need 2 more wins.
Good news is Vegas is up 3-1.
Right, but they were up 4-1 the other night.
Don't bring that up. They won that game. It was overtime, but they won it.
He said, Tony, that's right. Again, I think the Eastern Conference is still going to go. I mean, right now Boston is still the clear-cut favorite, especially with Tatum and Brown did the other night. I think they combined for 62 points between the 2 of them. Yeah. So nobody. Look, it's definitely Boston, right? Boston is the favorite in the East. It was Milwaukee, but then again, to your credit. Giannis went down with injuries, and that kind of sucked the life force, I think, out of Milwaukee. The question is, can Milwaukee recover from a 3-1? Now, I will tell you, of course. No. Hey, look, a lot of people said the same thing when the Rockets went down 3-1 to Phoenix Suns, and we came back, beat Phoenix, and then went on to win the championship. So you could come back from 3-1. It's not unheard of, but it is difficult. It is difficult.
Who thinks coming out of the West?
Oh God. Whoo. I'm still leaning. I think Golden State. I was liking Sacramento, but I think that injury to De'Aaron Fox, even if he plays, I don't think it's going to be enough. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, they are going back to Sacramento now, correct?
Yeah.
And we know that Golden State doesn't play as well on the road as they do at home. So, but I still think Golden State takes that. But I will say they're going to have to start learning to win on that road if they want to do something, especially when they meet up with the likes of Boston. Which, how crazy would that be?
I think people are saying
and Golden State rematch, because that was the same damn thing we had last season.
Well, I think people are sleeping on Denver as well.
That's who my pick was, Denver.
They're playing. They're playing pretty good
The
basketball.
only thing that worries me, and I like Denver. The only thing that worries me about Denver is that last Minnesota game where sometimes Denver can go to sleep and then they'll wake back up. I need Denver to be more. No, I'm not. Look, I'm just saying. Sometimes they kind of blend out. So I need them to play strong, throughout the game. That's especially when you're playing a team like Golden State. You still can't look past experience.
The Suns is going to be tough, but I think their bench is going. Their lack of depth in the bench area is going to come back to hurt them.
Yeah, when a lot of people are saying that, the only reason, and I really believe that. I think the only reason the Suns are going through is because Kawhi Leonard is a bum because he won't get out there and play, and Paul George is out until next series. I mean, so I almost kind of think the Suns are getting a free pass to the next round. So it's hard to say about the Suns completely.
They're so top heavy; they don't have much bench production at all, and I think that could really hurt them as you get deeper in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good point. I want to say they had 12 or 13 points from the bench combined. There wasn't very much on the last game. It primarily was the top 5 unit producing, and I don't know. I like Chris Paul, but he's kind of but Chris is doing more. Chris isn't really doing a lot of scoring these days. He's doing more assisting. And I don't know if that's because he's getting older or he just doesn't want to take the shots. But if you look at his stats, he's primarily facilitating a lot more and shooting a lot less.
Well, when you're playing with 2 guys that can shoot the ball like Booker and Durant, you don't have to shoot the ball as much.
Oh, I get that. Trust me. I get that too. But it's not like they're Booker and I can't say that because they actually do play a lot of minutes. But yeah, I get what you're saying. When you got scores like that, you really don't have to do much. You just facilitate.
They've both been playing like 40-something minutes a game here in the playoffs.
Jay, you got your Houston got the coach, didn't they?
Yes. Yes, we did.
They're lock up you better lock up your women in the office.
Hey, you know what? You know what we did? We fired all the women. No. Hey, you know what we did? No, seriously. Hey, we fired all the women. We gave them severance packages, and we brought in prostitutes. It's all good. Look, they're getting paid. They're not going to leak nothing. They'll be quiet.
No, I think it's a good hire, especially with Houston having such a young team. I think it's a good choice in coach.
I think so too, man. Look, that whole thing that happened out there in Boston, yeah, he definitely screwed up. But I think he understands now, and I do think he reflected on that, and I think he knows a lot of bad decisions were made on his part, and I think he knows that getting a second chance doesn't always come around. So I really, unless this guy's a complete idiot, I expect him to fly the right and there on that end of the stick. On the coaching aspect of it, he does command a presence in the locker room. He has a way of relating with the guys. He's young. He's innovative. He knows how to pull out the best. And look, this squad has got talent. They just need somebody that can rein it in, that can get them vibing on the same page. And Odaka is that guy. And I'm not nothing against Nick Nurse. I like Nick, but I think Odaka can relate better.
I think Nurse has been a good hire as well.
I wouldn't have been if they would have hired Nick Nurse. I wouldn't have been upset. But Odaka excites me, and that's what I like about it. Nick Nurse doesn't really excite me. Odaka excites me. No, not that kind of way. Y'all calm yourselves over there. Calm yourself over there. I see Tony just dropping at the bits. I don't know, Billy. I don't know how the whole prostitute thing works. You tell me.
Buy 2 get 1 free.
Oh, Jay, you'll be out in Houston. Maybe you can get in on that coupon deal.
No, because that leads to divorce, and she'll take all my money. And Jay likes his money. You can take everything I got. Just don't take my money and my dog.
Hey, I thought it was hilarious the other day.
Good said it's buy 3 get 5 free.
Speaking of the dog, I thought it was hilarious the other day. Blue getting in the refrigerator. I was cracking
Oh,
up.
you didn't see the best of it. Last night I was walking Blue at about 11 o'clock at night, and he sighted a possum on the side of the sidewalk. You ever seen a 125-pound dog get excited and try to hold that son of a bitch and not let go of the leash? It don't happen. I told Melly last night, I have never in my life actually watched the process of a possum going into the play dead mode. But I actually saw the possum run and literally do a Kawhi Leonard and just fall over and give up and play dead.
Kawhi
Leonard. That's awesome.
And Blue was, you know what's funny? No, the funny thing about it is Blue licked the underbelly of the possum and then walked away. And I was like, well, fuck, I said, that's a good day for the possum, I guess.
Let's talk a little bit of NFL for a minute. Have the big news I don't know how big the news was. We all figured it was happening, just we didn't know when. After on the earlier show today, I said nothing was going to happen until after the draft, and fucking 2 hours later it happens. But
but isn't that the way it always happens? It always happens like that. And I don't know, man, Gonzo. I think you had that kind of effect. Honestly, I think I call it the Gonzo effect.
But I will tell you this: I think that the Jets won this trade. I mean, really, all you really gave up was a second-round pick, a sixth-round pick, and then a second-round pick next year that could turn into a number one.
It will. You know, Rodgers is going to play 65% now,
unless he gets hurt. Yeah, but then you swap pick because all the other part was just swapping picks. You move back 2 picks, so I think Jets got a good deal on it myself.
Yeah, consider they got Rodgers. Yeah, you're right. And they moved back 2 picks from the 13th to the 15th spot. So they kept their first round pick. All they did was go back to, and so which really probably will not even affect who they draft at that high level. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then they also get a 2023 5th round pick at 170. So they actually got 2 picks in Rodgers. So that's pretty damn nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Jets, I think, won the trade. And to me, if you're Green Bay, what the hell was you holding out for so long? If this was what you was getting, you would have thought they were getting or was holding out to try to get more. And it's like,
yeah, no, you're not wrong for thinking that. It does kind of make you wonder what was taking these guys so long to come up with this. I don't know if it was a conditional 24 pick or not that the Jets were going to have to give up.
Still, I think Jets are coming out ahead. You're getting a guy that I believe can still play at a good level. You're adding them to a team that has some weapons. You didn't have to give up your first round pick to get them. So, I think it was a pretty good deal for the Jets myself.
I don't know, Dustin. I don't know necessarily if they win the division, but who's to say they won't win the division? Because you talk about chokes, but hasn't the Bills choked? Seriously, have the Bills not choked? So who's to say that the Jets can't overtake it? They got a pretty damn good defense. They got a better running back than the Bills. You could arguably say maybe the wide receivers are better, but depending on how the Jets draft, maybe the Jets draft a wide receiver. Maybe they go offensive line just to add a little bit more. They did lock up Charlie McGovern at the center spot. So
that's why I think the biggest key of it was they didn't blow their team up to get Rodgers.
Yeah, they didn't. If anything, they're adding to it.
So I think they'll be a playoff team. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I think they'll be a playoff team.
Oh, absolutely. Again, I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I'm also saying let's not overlook them either.
No, they're going to be.
Don't overlook them. That Breece Hall is if he can come back off that injury back to his original form, this team could be pretty nasty.
There was a lot of people jumping on their bandwagon last year. They were just a quarterback away, and look what they were doing with overcoming Zach Wilson as their quarterback, and then Mike White came in, won a couple of games, and everybody got excited about the Jets. Now you're bringing in a guy that's a lot better than either one of them guys at that position.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to jump on the Super Bowl train by any means with the Jets, but I am going to say don't think that they can't win the division either, because last time I checked, Something always goes wrong with the Buffalo Bills, and they choke and they choke. And who's to say they're not going to choke this one up?
Yeah, I think they have a good. I think they have a good chance of making the playoffs, and I think it was a good. The Jets got a decent deal out of it. I don't think they. Honestly, I think they won the deal from the Packers. I'd have thought you got a little bit more than that, especially you've been holding out this long.
And and I really think the real question of all of this now is going to be, how good is Jordan Love really? We've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and now we're actually going to see, can Jordan Love cut the mustard, or is he a bust? And we're going to find that out this season. It's going to be interesting. Oh, I get Hackett's the play caller. I understand that.
But Hackett and Rodgers had success together when he was in Green Bay with Rodgers, and him and Rodgers was always. I mean, hell, he was getting jobs because him and Rodgers were so close. So,
and Rodgers likes Hackett. It's a comfortable spot for him to slide into and almost feel like he's at home.
Mickey had a question for you, Jay.
What is that? Well, first of all, Mickey, I don't understand your verbiage. You say what to Houston tonight. I don't know what language you're speaking. If you want to ask me what happened with Houston tonight, I can certainly tell you we didn't get the win. But you know what I can also tell you? Neither did the Rangers, as I point that way.
Hey, who beat the?
And one last thing I want to tell Mickey before I switch it over and let Gonzo say what he wants to say is, remember, last time I checked in the standings, you're still looking up at me. Okay.
Hey, Jay, who beat those Rangers?
Damn, I can't. I don't know how to do it right. I don't know how to make my hand go the right. Damn, this way. I can't make my hands do what I want it to do. Fuck, I don't know how to do that.
Oh, man.
There we go. Bam. Bam. I conquered my issue. That. Hackett never called for the So what are we saying, Dustin, that Aaron Rodgers isn't competent enough to go in there and audible and do what he's always done? Come on.
That dude made me hurt.
He ain't gonna hurt her hand, didn't he?
Yep.
Man, I'm already at commercial break. What the hell are y'all watching?
Morant crying on the.
Morant. We're behind. We're behind you for some reason. Like I said, it's bullshit.
We're commercial.
Hey, that 5 stick's not always the best thing.
Hey, I don't care if I'm 10 seconds behind. I wouldn't even know. Hey, I wouldn't even know I was 10 seconds behind if I went on with you. So
That's true.
Nutty Walker too.
Oh damn! Is he a Cubs fan? Dustin, you're a Cubs fan, right?
Yeah, he's a Cubs. Yeah, Dustin's a Cubs fan.
Oh, the pitcher blue. Tommy John? Oh shit!
I don't even know who was pitching.
I definitely missed that. I definitely missed that game today. I didn't realize he blew out his arm. Holy crap! But sometimes that Tommy John can save your career too, depending on how they come back from it. Hell, what's his name? Verlander went in for Tommy John. A year and a half later, he comes out, and right after Tommy John gets a Cy Young. So you'll figure that one.
Called steroids.
Hey, maybe so. Shit, hey, look, you never know. I mean,
oh no, he's not.
I would think nowadays, honestly, with the drug testing the way it is, that he would have already got caught.
He wouldn't talk about the Cubs. He was talking about the high school team he coaches. That sucks. Yep. That sucks still that your pitcher threw out his arm.
Jay.
How we go from professional to high school. Dustin, you gotta specify. You know, got us over here discombobulated thinking the Cubs, and we're talking high. Nothing wrong.
I was looking it up to see who it was.
No, I love that.
Here you go, Jay. I'll help you out so you can read it a little bit better.
Yeah, I read that. I read that too. Okay, again, Mickey, number one, I totally agree with your statement. But okay, you either separate the do and the not, or you make a contraction out of it. Either way, though, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. You're so right. Yeah, Gonzo was like, where is this shit? Man, I'm looking. Damn it.
Where's Damien?
God. Probably.
Well, Damien was on Saturday. I was going to say we hadn't seen Damien for a while, but he got on Saturday night for a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're right. So now they tied up at 66. Whoo. Honestly though,
he went to the locker room.
Did you see Morant land on that hurt hand though?
Yeah, he went to the locker room.
He went to the locker room to get looked at. He landed right on that hand.
He's back out.
He's back out there.
See, he ain't like some of these guys. He got a little heart.
Hey, I'll tell you that. You're right, man. That's one of the few things. I mean, that dude will tape up his hand. He'll get back out there. You know, he might be dumb as a box of rocks off the court, but on the court, oh, he's a beast. He's a beast. What a time.
I have no idea what. Do you know? I'll let you. Do you know what that is, Jay?
Well, it has been 2.5.
Damien's in here.
Okay, now we got Nathaniel, Damien, and that's overload. What the shit?
Damien, motherfucker, boy, I tell you what. Thank God that bitch is out of the NFC North. Yeah.
They got that bitches out there. At least I can understand a little bit what he's. I don't know what the hell he's saying. Do you?
No, I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know what Nathaniel's talking about.
We froze up, Jay.
Well, I would too. Jay's face.
Hey, I don't know what y'all doing over there with that cow-strong internet, but y'all need to get this shit together. Tell yourself to get off that damn fire stick and go get some real shit. Let's go.
You know what it looked like? It looked like you'd read what Nathaniel had said and you fucking froze. That's what it looked like. You're like, well,
it is. It's a rough night out here. I don't know what Xfinity's doing, but geez, done overload. Yeah, I did. I do look like I was overloaded. But
you know what Nate's talking about here?
I was trying to figure it out. I'm not 100% sure. Nate, we need more clarification.
Yeah, we have no clue what you're talking about, Nate.
He come in. Hey, I don't know if he was having a sidebar and lapped you over or what.
Done overloaded, Jay.
Oh shoot! Memphis took the lead at 71-69.
I just saw the 3-pointer to make it that.
we said it's 71-67.
That's 71-67.
But now
Actually,
Lakers gonna score.
Hey, I bet you Lakers score 2 here.
But no, sister, Dylan Brooks has what 6, 2, and 4. How is this guy always talking all this craziness? But yeah, he goes out there and puts up the most pedestrian numbers.
He plays decent defense, but yeah, he's not been shooting the ball well at all.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna talk smack, man, damn.
Yeah, but in the same thing, it wasn't like LeBron came out and really put it on him for talking the smack either.
No, and again, that's a whole nother conversation that I want to have on Tuesday when we talk about greatest of all time. Ain't no way in hell Bron's even close to that damn conversation. I told y'all earlier, I said, if he don't come out and put the smack down on that little dude, he ain't the best.
What would Jordan do? What would Larry Bird do?
George smacked the dog pee out of him. So would Larry. Larry would sit there and rain threes over him all night.
Yep. He'd tell him, "I'm gonna shoot over here."
Oh no! Listen. You're not Terry Legend. You're not talking. The French lick. No, hell no. That's not how they do out there. Let me tell you.
Damian said he's been partying since Rodgers got traded.
Yeah, Damian's partying.
Yeah, Mickey, the Kraken. They've been kind of struggling with Colorado. They need to pick it up a little bit, brother. But I do want to say a mad shout out to the Kraken. I mean, you've only been in the league 2 years, and you're already, in the playoffs. Even if you don't win.
Vegas do the same thing.
Yeah, Vegas went the first year.
Yeah, Vegas went to playoffs their first year in the league.
Yeah, but Vegas is not Seattle. Seattle's not Vegas. Seattle's like,
sometimes I wish I could throw something and it would actually hit you.
No, I mean, but look, when you go to Vegas, they're going to pour gasoline all over it, right? I mean, they're just going to light it up. I mean, with all the money and facilities. Seattle. I mean, come on.
David said he's been partying since Rodgers got traded, and Glenn said that he's coherent tonight.
maybe we need him to have a party before he gets on the show. Maybe he needs to give Nathaniel some.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Here
a while ago, I was hyping up my Rangers after they had been higher than the Stros in the AL West rankings. Jay said, don't worry. Let's give it about 2.5 weeks. I said, you're probably right. Again, Rangers are looking good. They lost tonight, and I wish the Astros would have won.
Okay, I guess it makes sense now. It was a conversation.
I have a question: why the F WWE had 3 gold heavyweight? But I don't know. That's a Gonzo question.
Well, they kind of do, but
yeah.
You probably don't know, Jay. Tonight, Triple H came out and introduced a brand new world heavyweight.
Well, I saw him introduce the belt, but I don't know why they have 3 belts.
Well, they need to make one belt for that because
the Universal Championship.
He's got those 2
belts.
that
Roman carried.
Yeah.
And now they're going to introduce another one, and when they have this draft, whoever wins that tournament will be one champion on one program, and Roman will be a champion on the other program. See what it is.
Basically splitting the belts back up again.
When Vince was in charge, he gave Roman a deal where he only has to do so many dates on TV, so many dates on pay-per-view, and that makes it very tough to run your programs with no champion. So Triple H is going to make a champion that's going to be he's going to be on.
Right.
Be on TV a lot. Probably be on Raw. He's either going to be on Raw and SmackDown. They'll figure it out. But
why not make like Cody Rhodes that champion and then Roman the other champion and then have the Clash of the Champions?
Because then you're unifying the belts again.
Well, if Cody's got all the belts, he would be on TV and stuff all the time, so it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I get,
But we'll see what they. I
see,
don't
David. I like the new belt.
I love the new belt. I thought the new belt looked awesome.
David said it looks like crap.
I disagree.
I'll tell you what belt looks good. My JC Penney $4.95.
Have you seen the belt, Jay?
Yeah, no, I did. It's a nice looking belt. I can't tell what the side emblems are, but the main emblem looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool looking.
I don't know though. All them damn belts look the same. I mean, is there really a damn difference between them?
Yeah.
I don't know. They all look kind of the same.
Let's see. Nate says, by the way, he's going live when the 3rd period of the Avs game starts.
Oh, it's interesting. I'm going live. My wife has her 2nd period.
That's good to know.
My bad. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Man, but seriously though, the Avs are playing well.
Yeah.
So hey, let me ask you this. Hey, I guess we're talking a little hot. Bruins are playing pretty well.
What'd you say, Jay?
We died when the invasion. No, I was just saying I was watching a little bit of this hockey. And it looks like the Bruins are doing well. Edmonton, I believe, took out the LA Kings last night, and I believe they evened up that series. There's a lot of I don't know if you guys, there's a lot of good hockey going on right now. I think Sunday, we had like 4 or 5 overtime games. I mean, these aren't like blowout games. A lot of them are extremely, going down to the wire, if not overtime. It's amazing.
Yeah, Dad watches quite a bit of that. Been watching quite a bit of the hockey playoffs.
Yep.
He's been keeping track of it. I watched a little bit of it. Like I said, I watched a little bit yesterday. I haven't watched any today. I watched some of this NBA stuff.
I'm hoping for a Boston Vegas final.
What's wrong with the Stars?
Well, they're not Vegas.
Damien says that Jay, you need to tell Ime to stay away from massages and hotels.
I'm not telling Ime shit. As long as he gives me a championship, I don't care what he does at the hotel. She's my cherry pie. Okay. Boy, we are all the way left in this show. I'll tell you what, though, man. It's looking pretty good. 70, 74, 70. Hey, this might be.
Jay, I don't know.
Yeah,
did you watch any of the boxing this weekend? Did you see any of the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight?
Oh, sadly, I did not. I was out partying with the wife, so I missed all of that. But how was it? I know you guys watched it. I know Tank won, correct?
Yeah, won by knockout in the 7th.
So he got him in 7. Well, what did you think about the fight? Was it, if you were doing a pay-per-view for it, was it worth the money?
I mean, it wasn't a bad fight. Garcia came out at the beginning looking pretty good. We got pretty aggressive, and then in the first round, and then that second round, he started getting a little aggressive, and Davis hit him with the left and dropped him, and then that kind of slowed Garcia down after that. But Davis is just so smart and technical, took advantage of any little mistake he made, and hit him with a body shot to the liver. And
Jesus!
That's how he knocked him out. Or not? He went down to a knee and couldn't get back up.
Hey, listen, I've been hitting the kid. I've never been hitting the liver. I've been hitting the kidneys before, and
dude, it shut your body down. I mean,
God,
there ain't nothing you can do,
bro. That pain is not. Yeah, it's incredible. I always thought the head. But man, when you get hit those organs like that, it just knocks everything out of you. It really knocks it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight. Davis looked good. Now that Garcia's saying there was a mole in his camp.
What?
Yeah.
He's saying there's a mole in his camp.
Yep. There was a mole in his camp.
What are we living in? I don't even know what is UEFA Champions League is down to the semifinal. I don't even know what kind of league. What is that? Is that like a soccer thing, or what is that?
Yes, I think so. I'm pretty sure that's soccer.
Yeah, I don't really follow soccer too much. I do know we have. What I do follow, like XFL is getting ready to start up. We're going to get that cranked up. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's on the 29th. They're going to start that up. Am I right? Or is it
XFL playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the Renegades, and I think the Defenders got the Sea Dragons. Yeah. Damien said that's a European. It's a European soccer tournament.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I knew it was soccer, but. Yeah, the Stanley Cup playoffs, from what I've seen, has been pretty good. I know Dad's watched quite a bit of it.
You know what I say? I don't watch anything European. I say
it's going to be the Defenders and the Roughnecks in the XFL championship game.
Yeah, those Defenders, man. Jeez, that is one nasty team. I didn't realize how good they were until they played the Roughnecks. Of course, they beat the Roughnecks, so that's when I knew. Okay, this team is legit. So yeah, I would like that rematch. I would love a Roughnecks Defenders rematch and see if we can get it back.
And he says he has the Sea Dragons and the Roughnecks.
Wow. Well,
Sea Dragons are a scrappy team. That's probably what'll happen. It'll be the Sea Dragons will win, and then Jay's Roughnecks will have to face Danucci and the Sea Dragons. Danucci come back to Texas, CJ.
Oh, Danucci. Man, I really thought that guy petered out and went down to nowhere. The fact that he's making, I guess, some sort of a comeback, well, good for him. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, good for him. He's a smaller guy. He's just not a very big quarterback. He's really small. That's why I felt like the NFL just wasn't his cup of tea. I don't think he has the physical makeup I understand there's smaller quarterbacks in the league, but I just don't think he has that special gift.
They're playing the XFL championship game in San Antonio.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. What is that? Is that on the 20? Was that, well, if it starts on the 29th, is it the next week or is it the next day? How much time do they put in between that?
I think it's the next weekend. Next week.
I think they play playoffs, and then I think it might be a 2-week break.
Or is it a 2 week?
I think it may be. I think after they play the. I thought I read it that way. Now I could be wrong.
I'll tell you this. Hey, your Vegas team, the Golden Knights, are taking out Winnipeg right now, 3-2 with 12:56 to go in the third.
Yeah, it was 3-1.
They go up 3-1.
Yep.
I never really paid too much attention to the Winnipeg. I guess I don't. Again, this is my first real year of getting into hockey, so I'm still learning a lot of these teams.
Winnipeg's got one heck of a fan base. Man.
They play next weekend, Jay, and then he's right. It's 2 weeks off. The championship game is on May 13th.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, Jay, that Winnipeg. If you watch one of their games, especially playoff games, they sell out, and then there'll be another 5,000 or 6,000 outside the stadium watching the game on big screens. Their crowd's amazing.
I wonder. Is that just the way they've always been, or is it because they're in the playoffs and haven't really won anything in a while, and maybe, this is their chance?
I know they've been there. They've been that way for the last 2 or 3 years, because they've been in the playoffs the last 2 or 3 years, and it's that way. It's been that way every year. Last 2 or 3 years when I've watched, and I tell you, some of it's even just regular games.
Yeah,
the Roughnecks play on Saturday, and then the other game is on Sunday. And then they have 2 weeks off.
Well, you got to remember, like Winnipeg. I mean, you got Toronto's got basketball, but Winnipeg don't. I mean, no, you got football, you got Canadian football, but I mean, up there it's hockey.
Sea Dragons. Oh no, Sea Dragons aren't a bad team. That's what I'm saying. That would be a good game. I just think the defenders are going to pull it out, but that's going to be a good one.
It really is weird to see Danucci bouncing back. I'll tell you, man, his pro debut with Dallas, boy, I tell you what, you ever see somebody that looked like they didn't belong in the NFL? Matter of fact, you ever see somebody that looked like they didn't belong in football pads, period? Yeah, that's how Danucci looked. Seriously, he looked like a fat guy trying to be a ballerina.
No, but he's been playing pretty good this year.
Well, hell, it wasn't hard to play bad. Did you see the way he played at his debut? He can only go up. Which, no, seriously, like Gonzo, I'm serious. When I saw the man take the field for the Cowboys, I was like, all right, he's a little small, but we'll give him a shot. And then the first 3 snaps, I looked at my wife and I said, what in the hell did the Cowboys see in this? I was like, Mel, go throw us some pads. If Danucci can play, I think you can too. It was bad, Gonzo. It was bad. So if he's making his comeback, great. That's good for him, honestly.
And Winnipeg only hosts 14-2. Well, the other 5K.
Damien. Now you're saying Damien like things. Let's not go that far.
He plays better than Dak.
He said, "Didn't he win that game?" No, Nate. I don't know if you're talking about Danucci. I guess you didn't watch that game. Jerry Jones, whatever, smiling at the time. Yeah, I guarantee. Yeah, I do think he's senile at times. Some of his decision making, I don't always agree with, and I think that's where Steven. I would not be surprised if Steven is starting to control a little bit more of the team now. Honestly, don't get me wrong. Jerry still has probably the final say, but I think Steven is guiding Jerry down some paths. Wow.
It's all right. Steven said you got 10 more years of Dak.
Hey, listen, you know what? I don't think we'll see 10 years of Dak. I think Dak's done 3 or 4 naturally. I might be wrong. I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, I say that too, right? I've said one of the issues with the Cowboys was their play calling. Well, quote unquote, we supposedly have fixed that with the letting go of Kellen Moore. And now Mike McCarthy is calling the plays. So we'll see. We'll see what Mike does with this team to see if that rights the ship with Dak or not, or with the Cowboys or not. So this is going to be a pivotal year for them. Bill Polian. Like that's a good quote. I like that. No, but yeah, I do think very much so that this is the last year for McCarthy if it doesn't work out. Because McCarthy at this point literally has no other leg to stand on. He can't say, well, it's Kellen Moore. He can't say it's this. He can't say it's that. I mean, he really is putting all the eggs in his basket. So this is, in my opinion, McCarthy is definitely on the hot seat. If he's not on the hot seat, I don't know what a hot seat would look like if that's the case. Wow, what a time. Yeah, this is going to be a big year for football. I think with the Jets, Cowboys taking over, with McCarthy taking over the reins. I mean, there's a lot of things. Jordan Love, we're going to find out, is he the real deal or is he not the real deal? Philadelphia has a little bit of different look on defense. Some of their guys have left. Jalen just got, a good contract.
Yep.
But let me ask you this. Does Lamar sit out or does Lamar play? If he doesn't get a contract?
I think he plays.
And he's got OBJ over there with him.
That's one thing. That's one reason I think he plays. Because I think him and OBJ. I think we're talking before OBJ went there. I don't think OBJ would have went there if he didn't think Lamar was going to be playing.
Ben, first of all, I don't know where you're getting those stats from, Dustin. I really don't know. It sure as hell ain't with the Cowboys. And I can't imagine him getting a starter with another team. Let me know, please, because quite honestly, I'm not following that at all. I know it's not with the Cowboys. I guarantee it's not with the Cowboys. I think Dustin's smoking some shit.
Maybe he's been partying with Damian.
They do kind of live in the same neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Damian said he sees Lamar going to the Colts. I don't think so.
I don't think the Colts are willing to give up that kind of stuff. Just my opinion. We'll see.
I just want to see what this 2-0 shit is.
Look what Mickey wrote.
Yeah, well,
he never went to. He didn't do two. Lord, sweet Jesus, Dallas quarterback business. He does it for you.
You okay over there, Jay?
Maybe.
No, not really, because I don't know where the hell he's getting these damn.
Maybe you guys should get Danucci back.
No, shut your mouth. With all due respect, 9 years of my elder, shut your mouth.
Be the backup for Dak.
God, hell no. Hell to the hell no. I can't. Was it preseason, for the love of God? What the hell was it?
Looking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Jay. This has nothing to do with sports, real quick. You guys have a Church's chicken out your way?
Church's chicken. No.
Okay.
No, we have Popeyes, KFC, and I think that's it.
Okay. We don't have Church's in Muncie either. But we got in India. But we used to get Church's in Texas, in Waco.
Now again, I'm speaking on Hinesville, Georgia, and
Okay.
Houston. They do have churches.
Okay.
Yeah. No, out here in little Hinesville, it's a lot of Damien's running around the streets right now. And I usually about this time of night, I try to get Blues Last Walk-in so I can avoid them. Well, I don't know. I don't know what database you're looking at.
Mickey Dolly, he went full heel.
What did Mickey say?
Told Dustin get off the crack.
Damn. Come here.
But all right, let's get. From what I see, he played 3 games for Dallas. Only started 1 game, and he was 0-1 when he started.
Yeah, that's the game I was watching because he didn't last long. Literally, I think he lasted like 1 possession, and that dude was on the first train smoking.
He says NFL database. Is that what it says?
Yeah. Now in the XFL, he has been playing good. He's completing 60-something% of his passes. He's playing pretty good.
That's the Drees. I am reading 0-1 also in the thing.
But, let's get the final thoughts, Jay.
I'll give mine real quick. I think you guys are right. I think Dustin may be on crack. That's my final thought.
I'm looking on his QBR. It's like 10.2. It's 10 point. He's got 219 yards total. I don't see where regular season. I don't see. I don't know. I'm not seeing it, but Ben Thomas. I see all of his XFL stuff. I don't see anything on his Dallas stuff, but I don't know. I guess I'll take him at his word. But I got to be honest with you. I've been watching every damn game Dallas ever played, and yeah, he didn't get it done. He didn't get it done. What a time to be alive, man. Final thoughts. Udaka, if you're listening, I just want you to know Jay McLovin fully supports you. Not necessarily in your past transgressions, but I am a very forgiving person. As long as you win and guide us in the right direction. If you don't, I'm going to chastise you all over the place with why did we hire you? But I don't think that's going to happen. I totally see Udaka taking us to the promised land. Watch out. I'm giving 3 years. 3 years, and I think the Rockets are back on point. Guys, let me ask you a question. Let me just throw this conversation over you real quick and get your thoughts on it. Udaka takes over for Houston. What do you think? Do you think he does great things? How long do you think before he makes Houston competitive again? Excuse me.
Being like playoffs?
I mean, yeah. I mean, how long? Yeah, let's start there. Just get into the playoffs. How long do you think Udaka? How long do you think it's going to take him to get Houston into the playoffs?
I'd say it's going to take at least 3.
Yeah,
I'd say at least 3. What do you think, Chris?
I'm going to say 2 to 3.
What I like is the fact that he's got a lot of young talent.
Yep.
He's got a lot of cap space to work with to bring in veteran players here and there that he needs to do. And then he also, hopefully will be the winner of the draft, or at least the top 5. I'll get a pick in the top 5, And I think that's a good place to start. At this point, for Udaka, I really think what he had with the Celtics was he came into a great great lineup, great players, already established at the next level, right? With Houston, it's almost like a blank slate, but you got all the colors there to do something nice. And it's going to be interesting to see if he can create something from raw talent. And I think that's because he had polished talent in Dallas.
Still crying. Yeah. Biggest crybaby in the league.
Huh?
LeBron, crybaby LeBron.
Crying.
Jay, who's Houston's best player? I don't know. I really don't know who they got.
You said, on their team, like who's their players?
Who's the guy right now?
Yeah, so they got Jalen Green from 2 years ago. He was the number 2 pick, and then they got the number 3 pick last year in Jabari Smith. Okay, yeah, and then they have a mixture of Green. They got Green, and then they got that other dude, which is a young guy, young shooting guard, and pretty much that Sengun is their center. I forget. I think he's from Turkey or something, but he's actually really, really good. So they got a good center. They got a good backcourt. They're working on their front court, but I mean they got the right pieces there. Mainly, in Green, Smith, and Sagoon. Those will be the three catalyst players. Everybody else will be more role player type guys, but they got the catalyst there. They just got to build on it.
And depending on who they get this year.
Yeah, who they get, and then like I said, they got the young guys, and then once they get to the next stage, they may add a free agent piece or a couple free agent pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the good thing about Houston is they have good talent. It's raw talent, but they have lots of good raw talent, young raw talent to develop. But then they have the cap space available to bring in some veteran leadership. And I mean, I think of Udoka, which I think he did a really good job, building that or rebuilding that Celtics team. So I think he could do the same thing with this. He certainly has all the pieces: cap, raw talent, high lottery pick, supportive team. So if he's going to build something from nothing, I mean, this is a good spot to do it. Well, I think his other team that he had an option with was Toronto, and he wound up leaving Toronto and coming and taking over that spot in Houston, which I think is the better spot for him.
Well, you should like this. What Dustin's saying, maybe that crack ain't so bad.
Yeah. I mean, if he can get that locker room and get everybody on the same page, that team could be dangerous.
Oh, all right. Well, anything else, Jay?
No. Hey, other than check us out tomorrow night. Again at 7:00 on Unscripted. We're gonna talk NBA recap, NHL recap. We'll talk probably a few of the things we talked about tonight, and then we'll also talk about in the top 10 all-time list, who is underrated, who should be higher than where they are. I know Tony was talking about Bird. I know I was talking about Olajuwon, and I'm sure there's a lot more that should be a little bit better off than where they are. So we'll have a conversation about that.
All right. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. We appreciate everybody joining us.
Draft. Don't forget the draft watch along.
Yep, Thursday.
The Thursday draft watch along.
I was asking if he had anything else. He said no, and then I start going. He has to mess me all up.
I'm sorry.
Draft.
My bad.
Join us Thursday night for the for our draft coverage, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. G.S.R. and Unscripted combined. Thursday night, 7:30. Join us for that. Also, May 5th, 6th, and 7th, we'll be streaming from Indianapolis Comic-Con, WCWO Wrestling, so make sure you join us for that. And other than that, we will see you guys Wednesday night for another episode of G.S.R. Gonzo'S Sports. Yeah, Jay?
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Oh, we'll be back Thursday night or Wednesday night. Damn it. Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern for another episode of G.S.R. Gonzo'S Sports Room. Join us tomorrow for Easy Money, a sports betting show, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hope everybody has a great day, a great night. See you guys on Wednesday.